KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Off day, everybody. Your 671 sports nerd is here. That would be me. We have a true sports person, and I guess Desmond Mandell. First of all, bro, it's been a while since I've seen you doing great things with track and field and the variety of opportunities for young athletes in that space. Now we're talking about some of the athletes on the older part of the spectrum. By the way, Desmond Mandell, ladies and gentlemen, and Mandell, great facial hair game.
Yeah, we got that going, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that is kind of like the point, because we're looking for masters class track and field athletes, and you're putting out an open call for athletes that have been doing this for a while to now represent Guam and compete.
Yeah, so we had an open call for our general athletes open division, but as part of it and kind of the exciting call was for the masters athletes. And I think some people refer to it as where the has-beens, where the once was, or living your heyday and from high school or whatever. But it's
we're just getting better with age, man. We're like fine wine.
That's what I like to think, right? Yeah, there is a masters competition, and for the first time, the Oceania Masters Association is holding their championships in the Micronesia region, and it's going to be in Saipan next month. That will coincide with some of the other events that we're trying to call for. But yeah, I know it's really exciting. It's a 4-day event, and you can join multiple events. There's a whole number of events that you can sign up for.
Okay, now for people that basically just have been ignoring, the ticking clock of Father Time for many years now, technically, what is like the masters, the minimum age to be a master? Because everybody's like, are you millennial? Are you Gen Z? Are you Gen X? Whatever like that. As far as the letter of the law of sports and everything, what are we looking at for masters?
So it varies per sport, but the way for Oceania Athletics, they say 30 and above. So that made me feel a little old, thinking that I've been in the Masters division for a while now and not knowing it. But so 30 and above. But the medals and the competition is split by every 5 years. Mm. So 30 to 35, 36 to 40. I think that's how it goes, sir.
Mm. But like exactly, you said, this might be a little bit different from traditional like track and field, like what like most of us that did compete in track and field at the high school level, and maybe the few Guam athletes who've gone off to compete in college. You can actually enter multiple events with this. You can even cross over, which you didn't see too many people do before.
Yeah, you can actually. So the Oceania Cup, which is another competition going on for the open athletes, you can do both. So if you want to try out for both, you can run against some of the younger athletes and then also run on the master side. But yeah, no, I mean, it's 30 and above. So it's really like to think there's still a lot of young athletes out there, but it goes all the way up. And I actually competed in the last Oceania Master Championship in Mackay, Australia. And, there won't be as many athletes as that one because a lot of the athletes there were Australian. So it was just a shorter flight for them, a cheaper flight for them. But it was really exciting to see. I mean, there was 60, 70-year-olds, some 80-year-olds, and running some really respectable times. So it's kind of awe-inspiring, really, and it's kind of one of those two where those of us that still have are still on the younger side, it's kind of inspiring to say I can continue with the sport and have some fun with it. The Masters competition is not as intense. It's more fun. They're out there high-fiving everybody, they're cheering each other on. It's just it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so let's talk about exactly what events are at the Masters level, and do they even go up to decathlon, heptathlon, at the Masters level?
So there is multi-events. I don't know if it is decathlon because of the pole vault. In fact, I'm pretty sure there won't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there won't be even in Saipan because I don't know if they have the pole vault pit.
Bro, you just made my knees creak just saying the word like pole vault and everything. Like my osteoporosis is already talking.
Yeah, no,
I'm pushing 50.
Yeah. So, yeah, no. So I think, but there is multi-events. So I think they would take that out. So I don't know if it's like octathlon where there's 8 events or pentathlon or whatever. But there are multi-event competitions as well. But yeah, I mean, anything you can think of on the track. There, in the past, there's race walking. I don't have the list in front of me. They'll have that here as well. But yeah, 100 meters, 200, 800, 5,000, so on and so forth.
Okay. Are there also
So,
relay events?
I don't know because it's usually uh, people enter as individuals, not necessarily
Sure.
as a nation. So that's a good question. We do have if you have any questions on that, they can reach out to me. So
Okay, and there is going to be a meeting this week, in fact, where you're going to square away everything, address all concerns, and even at your level as an administrator, everything like that, really get everybody's ducks in a row to see how we can, head about 10 miles up to Saipan and really represent Guam well.
yes, we have a athletes meetings for athletes, coaches, and any officials that are interested Thursday at GNOC headquarters from 5:30 to 7. We will talk about the Oceania Masters. We all also talk about the Oceania Cup, which is exciting. It's basically it's region versus region. So and that will be the members for the Micronesia team. There's a few already that have been selected, and then Guam has been given some slots to fill as well. So we want to talk to some of our current athletes and let them know that we'll be selecting probably actually really soon. So that's another exciting one that will go on around the same time as the Masters, also in Saipan. And then there are two other competitions: the Asia Indoor Martial Arts Games, which will be in Bangkok, Thailand. Want to get some word out about that, and then the Pacific Games, of course, which is the big one, and that's actually probably the highlight of the competition we're looking at, which is November 27th through December 2nd at Solomon Islands. So that meeting tomorrow will discuss a lot of that. In those GNOC competitions, there was a lot of paperwork to fill out. But yeah, we'll have all of the timetables for the Masters. We'll have the timetables for whatever games that are out, and we can tell you what events are available, what time or what days and whatnot. So.
All right. I mean, this still is a proper competition, so you're going to see, athletes from all different, walks of life, from all different Pacific Island nations come out and, really give it their all. But hey, I mean, we understand what happens here, and does more than most and everything. Life happens sometimes. You may have competed when you were younger. Maybe you got hurt. Maybe stuff just came up in life where it wouldn't allow you to compete. If you want to get back and really represent 671 in a really proud and glorious way, this is the perfect way to do that. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's not necessarily even whether or not it's, injuries or this and that. I think it's really, when you think about it, it's you're going, when you're trying to make the open national team, you're going up against the young bucks, and maybe you're still fast, but just not quite fast enough to make those teams. So,
Perfect
yeah, I
point.
mean,
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm probably at that stage now where I won't make a national team, but I can compete in the Masters and, still with a hopefully respectable time.
Oh, there you go. I mean, and there are a lot of athletes on Guam who genuinely have the passion. And some people never even stop competing, but like you said, for whatever reason, maybe they just didn't make the cut. Maybe there was something just precluded it. But I mean, this is a perfect opportunity. And Des, with that being the case, what are you seeing from your vantage point as far as how many athletes are going to come out for the variety of sports that you have in track and field? Because I mean, a lot of people would just say, okay, well, this is people who maybe haven't competed in a while, or they want to get back into it. This sounds fun, but there are actually some people that really stay active and compete well into their 40s.
Yeah, and one thing that's interesting with especially in the running community, which carries over to track and field, is there are a lot. When you go to those 5K races, not a lot of them ran track or cross country in high school.
Mhm.
There are people that just decided that fitness was something they wanted to pursue as they got older, or wanted to make sure that they stayed in shape to stay healthy, and then they ended up being pretty decent at it. So yeah, no, we'd be looking for, when you go to a 5K, you see the Manumku division, you see the Grandmasters division. We love to have those athletes come out and maybe try track and field. If you want to run the 5K, have it on the 5K on the track. If they're we have a mile on the track, half mile, or whatever they want to do. So yeah, no, right now this is our first real call for Masters athletes. We're a little late in the game for this competition, but we wanted to at least get that word out. There is a fee to join that competition, but if you do go to that meeting and meet the Guam residency requirements, you will get it waived as you will be an official Guam representative. So yeah, anytime you're wearing Guam on your shirt is exciting, but we definitely
Absolutely.
hope the word gets out. So.
Yeah. Okay. And now I hope you have paid your cell phone bill for this month, because we're really going to blow it up at this point. We're going to max your minutes out and everything. Where can people call you if they have any information whatsoever? Because you even mentioned if people would like to officiate, because maybe there are some people that maybe necessarily don't want to get back on the track or compete, or they can't pick up the discus anymore, but they still want to help out. They want to be a timer. They want to be a scorekeeper, or they just want to be involved with the process.
So that's a really good point. So while there are 3 or 4 particular games that this meeting is really trying to focus on, this is a general call for coaches and officials as well. So what we plan to do as GTFA is, one, have coaching and officiating courses within the year, definitely as soon as possible. But yeah, so officiating is, you can get actual certification, and if you become an official, especially certified through World Athletics, you can go to some of these competitions that are off island and be an official at Pacific Games or even this Oceania as an example, if you were a certified official.
Yeah,
so
these
yeah,
are
you can get
events. I mean, to have this on your resume really opens doors.
Definitely, and there is a process. It is a class. It is, I mean, and when you're talking about international competitions, officiating is very serious. So it's not just you don't just pick up a stopwatch and and become an official. So we're hoping we're always looking for officials, even to help us in our local meets. But yeah, so I think the best way right now is to get a hold of me at gtfaboard@gmail.com, gtfaboard@gmail.com. And yeah, I guess you can call me at 488-5709. It's 488-5709. You can call me directly.
All right. So if there are 2 people out there, 2 people of the Masters division, Masters ages 30 or up, as my good friend Des was saying, Des and I, the 2 of you, we'll make a relay team right there. We'll break new ground. We'll make history. I wouldn't really consider for my leg, being like the speed one. Maybe I'll just anchor, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing is it really is a lot of fun, and there's no pressure on the Masters competition. So some may be intimidated by it, but no, it's really you just go out there, you compete, and just see how you do. So no, we're really hoping to have some people sign up on the Masters side. That's for sure.
Okay, so Des, we'll keep in touch with you, and we want to find out like how these events like shape up and everything, because we are really looking forward to getting Guam, because you and your colleagues over there always give us a really good amount of representation. So best of luck to you guys, and good luck in the meeting, and let us know how the team's shaping up.
Yeah, thank you, and again, thank you for having us, or giving us the opportunity to get the word out, and yeah, we look forward to hopefully having some athletes sign up.
All right, real quick. Okay, and what's that email address again?
gtfaboard@gmail.com.
All right, everybody, track and field. The two are married.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, they still do shot put and discus. They still do the jumps for the Masters. And yeah, no, it's exciting.
There you go. And the pride you're going to carry, everybody, and as you're now mature, I'm sure that the athlete in all of us would more greatly appreciate the opportunity to compete for Guam, and like Des said, wear the 4 letters GUAM on your chest or on your back. Maybe even Des will even kick in for some Tylenol at the end of it and everything like that. That will be provided, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I was looking at the list. There were some Australians and New Zealanders making their way here, and not to get too far ahead of it, but there are World Championship Masters competitions. There are Oceania Championship competitions. So really, I mean, this could be the gateway for if you get into the sports, really, even travel the world and compete. People do it for marathons. They can do the same with track and field.
There you go. Everybody, Masters sports, everybody, alive and well on Guam. It's not just baseball, basketball, and running, man. Track and field. If you want to get involved, if you are still competing, if you did compete, send Des an email and let us know. All right, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Appreciate it. Good luck.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.